Have you ever woken up feeling like you haven't slept at all? Even after being in bed for hours, that lingering grogginess, the stiffness in your joints, or perhaps the frustration of waking up multiple times throughout the night. It's a common story for many of us as we get older, and it can feel incredibly disheartening. Your body just doesn't seem to cooperate. Your mind feels a bit foggy, and you might wonder why sleep, which used to come so easily, now feels like a constant battle. This struggle isn't just an annoyance. It touches every part of your day, from your energy levels and mood to your memory and overall ability to enjoy life. Well, here's a truth that might surprise you. A truth that many don't fully realize: what happens to your body while you sleep after 60 is profoundly different than it was in your younger years. It's not just a little change. It's a significant shift in your body's nightly repair and rejuvenation process. Your sleep architecture changes, your hormone levels fluctuate, and your body's internal clock can become less precise. This isn't just about feeling tired. It impacts everything from your immune system's strength to your cognitive sharpness and even your heart health. The shocking part is how much these changes can quietly chip away at your vitality, sometimes without you even fully understanding why. But here's the truly wonderful news: while these physiological changes are real and happening, they don't have to dictate your quality of life. You have far more control than you might think. In this video, we're going to dive deep into exactly what's happening inside your body when you sleep after 60, and most importantly, we'll explore 5 simple, powerful habits you can start adopting tonight to transform your sleep, boost your energy, sharpen your memory, and truly live your best life. You might be surprised by how much positive change you can bring about. Make sure you watch right to the very end, because I've got something special for you. A truth that could genuinely surprise you and change the way you think about your golden years. So, let's start with the first and arguably most foundational habit that becomes incredibly important for sleep after the age of 60, establishing a consistent sleep schedule. You might think, oh, I already try to go to bed at a reasonable time. But what we're talking about here is something much more precise, something that truly respects your body's natural rhythms, which, surprisingly, become a bit more sensitive as we age. Our bodies operate on an internal clock, known as the circadian rhythm. This rhythm tells us when to feel sleepy and when to feel awake, and it's heavily influenced by light and darkness, and most importantly, by routine. In our younger years, this clock is often quite robust and forgiving. You could stay up late, sleep in on weekends, and bounce back relatively quickly. But after 60, that flexibility begins to diminish. The signals that tell your body it's time for bed or time to wake up aren't as strong, and inconsistencies can throw your whole system into disarray. When your circadian rhythm is out of sync, your body struggles to release the right hormones at the right time, like melatonin, which helps you fall asleep, and cortisol, which helps you wake up feeling refreshed. You end up fighting your own biology, leading to restless nights and groggy mornings. The actionable step here is simple in concept, but sometimes challenging in practice. Aim to go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day. And I mean every day, including weekends. Even an extra hour or 2 of sleep in on a Saturday can confuse your body's internal clock and make it harder to fall asleep when Sunday night rolls around. Think of it like this: your body thrives on predictability, especially as it ages. It loves to know what's coming next. When you establish a consistent sleep-wake time, you're training your body to anticipate sleep and wakefulness at specific moments. This consistency helps to reinforce your circadian rhythm, making it stronger and more effective. For example, I remember speaking with a gentleman named Arthur, who was 72 and always complained about feeling tired, no matter how much he slept. He'd go to bed around 10 p.m. on weekdays but would often stay up until midnight or later on weekends and sleep until 9 or 10 a.m. When he committed to a strict 10 p.m. bedtime and a 6:30 a.m. wake-up time every single day, including Saturdays and Sundays, he noticed a dramatic improvement within just a few weeks. he found he was falling asleep faster, staying asleep longer, and waking up feeling genuinely refreshed, something he hadn't experienced in years. It wasn't about magic pills or complicated routines. It was about honoring his body's need for regularity. So, pick a bedtime that allows you to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and stick to it, and choose a wake-up time that ensures you're up at the same time each morning. This might mean setting an alarm even on weekends initially, but soon, your body will likely wake you naturally. It's a powerful step towards regaining control over your sleep. Now, as important as consistent timing is, the environment you sleep in also plays an increasingly critical role as we age. This brings us to our second vital habit: optimizing your sleep sanctuary. After 60, our bodies become more sensitive to external disturbances. Things that might not have bothered you in your 30s or 40s, a sliver of light from the hallway, a slight hum from the street, or a room that's a degree or two too warm, can now significantly disrupt your sleep. The shocking truth here is that your bedroom isn't just a place to lie down. It needs to be a precisely calibrated environment that signals to your aging body that it's safe, dark, cool, and quiet, and therefore, ready for deep restorative sleep. Let's break this down. First, darkness. Even a small amount of light can interfere with melatonin production. Melatonin, as you know, is that crucial hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. As we get older, our eyes become more sensitive to light, and our bodies naturally produce less melatonin. So, minimizing light becomes even more critical. Think about installing blackout curtains or blinds, even light from alarm clocks. Charging phones or standby lights on electronics can be disruptive. Cover them or remove them from your bedroom. I heard from a wonderful woman named Evelyn, 68, who tried everything for her insomnia until she realized the street lamp outside her window was casting a faint glow. She invested in some good blackout curtains, and it made an immediate difference. She said it was like her brain finally got the message that it was truly night. Next, quiet. Noise, even background noise, can prevent you from reaching the deeper stages of sleep. Or worse, wake you up completely. If you live in a noisy area, consider using earplugs or a white noise machine. White noise can mask sudden sounds, creating a more consistent sound environment that your brain learns to ignore. Many people find the gentle hum of a fan or a dedicated white noise machine incredibly soothing. Then there's temperature. This is a big one. For older adults, the ideal bedroom temperature is typically between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, or 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. Why so cool? Because your body temperature naturally dips during sleep, and a cooler environment helps facilitate this process. If your room is too warm, your body has to work harder to cool itself down, making it difficult to fall asleep and stay asleep. You might find yourself tossing and turning, kicking off covers. Experiment to find what feels right for you, but generally, cooler is better. Finally, comfort. This might seem obvious, but it's worth revisiting. Your mattress and pillows are critical. As we age, aches and pains become more common, and an unsupportive mattress can exacerbate them, leading to discomfort that interrupts sleep. If your mattress is more than 7 to 10 years old, or if you wake up with new aches, it might be time for an upgrade. Similarly, a pillow that properly supports your head and neck can prevent stiffness and improve breathing. By making these intentional adjustments to your sleep environment, you're not just making your room nicer, you're sending powerful signals to your body that it's time to rest and rejuvenate, making it much easier for your changing physiology to achieve the deep, restorative sleep it needs. Now that we've discussed the importance of a consistent schedule and optimizing your bedroom, let's move on to the crucial steps you can take just before bed. Continuing our journey to better sleep after 60, let's talk about the period right before you actually climb into bed. This brings us to our third vital habit, establishing a consistent and calming evening wind-down ritual. This isn't just about turning off the lights. It's about intentionally signaling to your brain and body that the day is ending, and it's time to prepare for rest. The shocking truth here is that as we age, our brains often need a bit more time to transition from the active, stimulated state of the day to the calm, relaxed state needed for sleep. Our minds can become more prone to racing thoughts or revisiting the day's stresses, making it difficult to simply switch off. Unlike when we were younger and might have fallen asleep almost instantly after a busy day, our older brains crave a gentle deceleration. So, what does this wind-down ritual look like? The most important element is disconnecting from screens at least 1 to 2 hours before your desired bedtime. This means no TV, no tablets, no smartphones, and no computers. The blue light emitted by these devices can suppress melatonin production, making it much harder to fall asleep. It tells your brain, "Hey, it's still daylight," right when you're trying to convince it otherwise. Think of it like trying to apply the brakes on a car that's still accelerating. It's simply not going to work effectively. Instead, replace screen time with activities that are genuinely relaxing and require minimal mental effort. This could be reading a physical book or magazine not on a backlit device. Mind you, listening to calming music, or perhaps some light stretching or gentle yoga. Many people find a warm bath or shower incredibly beneficial. The warmth helps to relax your muscles, and the subsequent slight drop in body temperature after you get out can actually help signal to your body that it's time for sleep. I recall a lovely lady named Martha who was 75 and struggled with her mind racing every night. She loved watching the news and browsing social media until bedtime, when she started turning off all screens at 8 p.m. and instead spent that time listening to classical music while doing some gentle stretching. She was amazed. Within a few weeks, she was falling asleep faster and waking up feeling more rested than she had in years. It's about creating a buffer zone, a peaceful transition from the demands of the day to the tranquility of sleep, giving your brain the gentle nudge it needs to slow down and prepare for true rest. Next, let's delve into what you put into your body, because our fourth crucial habit involves nourishing your sleep through thoughtful diet and hydration choices. This might seem like an obvious point, but for those over 60, the way our bodies process food and drink changes, making certain choices either incredibly helpful or surprisingly disruptive to sleep. The shocking truth here is that seemingly innocuous dietary habits can have a magnified impact on sleep quality as we age, influencing everything from nighttime bathroom trips to indigestion and restless nights. First and foremost, be mindful of heavy meals late in the evening. As we get older, our digestive systems can become a bit slower, and consuming a large, rich meal too close to bedtime can put your digestive system into overdrive when it should be winding down. This can lead to discomfort, heartburn, and simply keeping your body too active to fully relax into sleep. Aim to finish your last significant meal at least 3 to 4 hours before you plan to go to bed. If you need a snack closer to bedtime, choose something light and easily digestible, like a small banana, a handful of almonds, or a cup of herbal tea. Speaking of tea, let's talk about caffeine and alcohol. Most of us know that caffeine can interfere with sleep, but after 60, your body generally takes much longer to process and eliminate it. So, that afternoon, cup of coffee or even a tea with caffeine can still be circulating in your system hours later, preventing you from achieving deep sleep. It's often recommended to cut off caffeine consumption by midday, or at the very latest, early afternoon, for some. Even a morning cup can affect nighttime sleep. And then there's alcohol. While a glass of wine might seem like it helps you relax and fall asleep initially, it actually disrupts the second half of your sleep cycle, particularly the REM stage, which is vital for memory consolidation and emotional regulation. You might fall asleep quickly, but you'll likely experience fragmented sleep, waking up feeling unrested. It acts as a sedative at first, but then it becomes a stimulant, pulling you out of restorative sleep. So, try to limit alcohol, especially in the hours leading up to bedtime. On the positive side, certain foods and nutrients can actually support sleep. Magnesium, for example, is a mineral known for its muscle-relaxing and calming properties, and many older adults don't get enough of it. Foods rich in magnesium include leafy green vegetables like spinach, nuts like almonds and cashews, seeds, and whole grains. Tryptophan, an amino acid that helps produce serotonin and melatonin, is another beneficial component. You can find it in foods like turkey, chicken, eggs, and certain dairy products. A small, light snack containing some of these elements, like a few almonds or a glass of warm milk, might be helpful for some. And don't forget hydration. While it's crucial to stay well hydrated throughout the day, try to significantly reduce your fluid intake in the 2 to 3 hours before bedtime to minimize those disruptive nighttime trips to the bathroom. Sip water earlier in the day and taper off as evening approaches. It's all about supporting your body's natural rhythm and avoiding anything that might needlessly stimulate it when it's trying to transition into a peaceful, restorative state. Now, beyond what you do in your bedroom and what you eat and drink, our fifth habit focuses on something equally critical that happens during your waking hours, incorporating gentle movement and ensuring adequate natural light exposure. The shocking truth here is that your daytime habits profoundly influence your nighttime sleep. Even more so as you age. Our bodies are designed to move and to respond to natural light cues. And when these elements are missing or improperly timed after 60, it can severely disrupt your sleep-wake cycle and overall physical comfort. Let's start with movement. Regular, moderate physical activity during the day is incredibly beneficial for sleep. It helps to regulate your body's internal clock, reduces stress and anxiety, and can even help alleviate some of the aches and pains that might keep you awake. Think of it this way: your body craves purposeful exertion. When you engage in activity, you build up a healthy level of fatigue that signals to your body that it's time to rest and repair. However, the key here is moderate and during the day. Intense exercise too close to bedtime, say within 3 or 4 hours, can have the opposite effect. It raises your body temperature and stimulates your nervous system, making it harder to wind down. So, instead of a late evening power walk, consider a brisk walk in the morning or early afternoon, perhaps swimming, cycling, or even some gardening. The goal is to integrate consistent, gentle movement into your daily routine. I heard from a gentleman named Frank, who was 78 and had trouble falling asleep. He started taking a daily 30-minute walk every morning after breakfast, and within a month, he was not only sleeping better, but also felt more energetic throughout the day. It wasn't strenuous, but it was consistent, and that made all the difference. Equally important is natural light exposure, especially in the morning. As we age, the sensitivity of the light receptors in our eyes can decrease, and our natural production of melatonin can lessen. Morning sunlight acts as a powerful signal to your internal clock, telling your body, "It's daytime, wake up and be alert." This helps to solidify your circadian rhythm, making it easier for your body to know when it's time to be awake and, by extension, when it's time to sleep later. Aim to get at least 15-30 minutes of natural light exposure within the first hour or two of waking up. This could be enjoying your morning coffee on the porch, taking a short walk around the block, or even just sitting by a bright window. It's not about looking directly at the sun, but simply being exposed to its natural brightness. This morning light exposure helps to properly set your biological clock, leading to better melatonin production in the evening and a more consolidated night's sleep. Many people find that simply getting outside for a little while each morning, especially after 60, gives them a noticeable boost in energy during the day and better sleep at night. By combining consistent gentle movement with strategic natural light exposure, you're not just impacting your daytime well-being, you're setting the stage for truly restorative sleep when night falls, ensuring your body is primed for the crucial repair work it needs to do. So, we've journeyed through some truly vital habits that, when embraced, can profoundly change what happens to your body while you sleep after 60. We talked about the non-negotiable importance of setting a consistent sleep schedule, honoring your body's increasingly delicate internal clock by going to bed and waking up at the same time every single day. We then explored the power of transforming your bedroom into a true sleep sanctuary, making it dark, quiet, cool, and comfortable to signal to your body that it's time for deep rest. We also delved into the necessity of a calming evening wind-down ritual, gently transitioning your mind and body away from the day's stimulation and preparing it for slumber, especially by disconnecting from screens. And we didn't forget the crucial role of nourishing your sleep through thoughtful diet and hydration choices, avoiding late, heavy meals, caffeine, and alcohol, while considering sleep-supportive foods. Finally, we looked at how your daytime habits, specifically engaging in gentle, regular movement and soaking in that essential morning light, can dramatically improve your nighttime sleep quality. The shocking truth that I hope has emerged for you throughout this discussion is not just that sleep changes after 60, but that these changes are not an irreversible fate. You are not destined to simply live with poor sleep because you're older. While your body's needs shift, it remains incredibly adaptable and responsive to supportive habits. Every single one of these habits is within your control, and each one, no matter how small it seems, sends a powerful message to your body that you are supporting its natural processes for repair, rejuvenation, and health. Remember, this isn't about perfection overnight. It's about taking one small step at a time, being consistent, and listening to what your body tells you. Maybe you start with just a consistent bedtime for a week, or perhaps you begin by ensuring your room is completely dark. Each positive change builds on the last, creating a powerful ripple effect that can truly transform your energy, sharpen your mind, uplift your mood, and strengthen your overall resilience. Imagine waking up feeling genuinely refreshed, ready to embrace the day with clarity and vigor. Imagine your memory feeling sharper, your body feeling less stiff, and your mood feeling lighter. This isn't just a pipe dream. It's an achievable reality when you consciously support your sleep. Your golden years should be filled with vitality, joy, and engagement, and deep, restorative sleep is the foundation for all of that. Don't underestimate the power you have to make these changes. Your body has served you well for decades, and now it's time to give it the optimal conditions it needs to continue thriving. Take these insights and apply them with kindness and consistency. You deserve to feel your best at every age. I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these habits? Or do you have other tips that have helped you improve your sleep after 60? Please share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Your wisdom could be incredibly helpful to others in our community. If you found this video helpful and uplifting, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. We're here to bring you more practical, encouraging advice to help you live your best life at every age, every single day. Thank you for being here. And remember, a better night's sleep is truly within your reach. Live your best life, vibrant and full of energy, no matter your age.